People pay good money to see this movie. When they go out to a theater, they want cold sodas, hot popcorn, and no monsters in the projection booth.
Everyone pretend podcasting isn't boring.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
Hey folks, welcome to a special episode of The Projection Booth. I'm your host, Mike White. On this special episode, I am talking with Jonathan Penner all about the Tribeca Film Festival and their Escape from Tribeca series. The festival runs from June 7th through 18th, 2023, and if you are anywhere near New York, you really need to go and try to get tickets for these screenings. They sound amazing. Buy those and learn more via tribecafilm.org. Enjoy the interview. Jonathan Penner, we spoke last year about Tribexploitation, which is a little bit of a mouthful.
Yes.
But it was a success. Tell me a little bit about how last year went down and what is happening this year for Tribeca.
Glad to be back to talk about this year, the 22nd running of the Tribeca Festival. And last year we showed 3 New York exploitation movies made by New York filmmakers, shot in New York. And it was pretty successful, but it wasn't really as fully integrated in the festival as I had hoped it would be, or as I tried to make it. Anyway, it was a different audience than the Tribeca audience was appealing to. So this year they asked me to kind of expand on it, cut back on the exploitation, which is fine. And what I've created is something that we're calling Escape from Tribeca. And Escape from Tribeca is movies that make you scream. The idea is, and what I sold to them is, though these are not your classic Tribeca movies or for your classic Tribeca audience, there's a huge audience, like the folks that we're talking to right now, who love genre movies, action movies, horror movies that you want to see in a packed theater and yell at the screen and get to have events, screenings that essentially are what we're calling eventized. That is, every time you come to a Escape from Tribeca screening, you're going to get some swag or you're going to get some special surprise, something like that. It's not your classic film festival where we'll show the movie and then we'll sit and talk to the filmmakers afterwards and then you all go home. So we have a program of 5 movies with a couple of extras. So the movies are the 50th anniversary of Enter the Dragon, incredible, and Angela Mao. Superstar Angela Mao is coming out, and my God, right? Exactly.
Wow, that's great.
We're so excited that we tracked her down, and she said, she's so funny. She said, yes, I will come, but the deal breaker is I need a photo with Robert De Niro, my favorite actor. And we said, right? And we said, you know what? She's got some balls of steel. Absolutely, Angela, we will make that happen. So and Andre Morgan, the producer who worked at Golden Harvest, who's still in the business, he's coming out and he has unbelievable stories about Bruce Lee in the making of this movie. Shannon Lee, Bruce Lee's daughter, may come. We're hoping that she does. And that's going to be a great night. And we have a whole demonstration of Jeet Kune Do, and we have a audience participation ceremony to commemorate Bruce Lee. So that's going to be a great night, right? Then there's a movie called Enter the Clones of Bruce. Enter the Clones of Bruce, made by a guy named David Gregory, who made Lost Soul, the making of Island of Dr. Moreau, Richard Stanley's. And he made a movie about Al Adamson, the great genre filmmaker who was buried underneath a jacuzzi by a murderer. Anyway, he loves genre movies. He spent 6 years putting together this movie about Bruceploitation films. The movies with Bruce Lee and Bruce Lowe and Dragon Lee that followed Bruce Lee's death. And he was able to track down 3 or 4 of these guys, who of course are as old as Bruce Lee would have been if he was still alive. And his death really impacted their lives and their careers. So it's a really fun, really kind of brilliant documentary that we're going to show. Severin Films is bringing swag. Every audience member is going to get some cool shit if they come and see that movie. Joe Lynch, fabulous guy, great director. He's made a movie. There was an old Dennis Powley script I actually read years ago that Stuart Gordon was going to direct one of the follow-ups to Reanimator and From Beyond. And of course, Stuart Gordon died. Dennis Powley switched the sexes of the leads. So instead of 2 men, it's 2 women. Barbara Crampton came on board and Heather Graham. And the 2 of them are in this outrageous H.P. Lovecraft, body-swapping, demon possession, lots of fucking and death movie called Suitable Flesh. So we're going to show that world premiere of Suitable Flesh. They're all coming out. And in conjunction with the Brooklyn Horror Fest, we're going to show Reanimator. And Barbara Crampton is going to introduce Reanimator. 35 millimeter print at the Nighthawk Cinema. It's going to be amazing, right? Like amazing. We're showing a movie called Final Cut. Your audience is going to know this movie. It's a movie from Japan called One Cut of the Dead, which is this really funny zombie movie-making farce. The guy named Michael Hazanavicius, who made The Artist, won the Oscar for The Artist, has done what we're calling a requel, which is a remake and a sequel to One Cut of the Dead. Made it in France, and we're going to have the New York premiere of this movie. And we're going to do a zombie makeup parade. I just was in touch with Steve Barton from Dread Central, and he and Damien Leone from Terrifier may come out and be the judges of our zombie contest. Anyway, it's going to be really, really fun. And the Japan Society is going to show One Cut of the Dead. So you can see 2 versions of that same story if you want at Escape from Tribeca. And then the big movie that we're showing, we have the world premiere in 3D of a Tollywood or Bollywood, an Indian movie called Adipurish, which is a $75 million VFX Uber production. If you're a fan of RRR, this is going to be as big as that, we hope. A guy named Prabhas is the star of it, who's brilliant, huge star. He's coming. The entire cast and crew are coming all the way from India to be with us. And it's going to be a huge, huge, huge event. So that's really exciting, right? That's what we've put together. And then we have a panel, 2 panels. We have Mike Flanagan, who's going to do a masterclass in horror. We're out to Joe Hill to be his interviewer. I'm not sure Joe will do it, but wouldn't that be amazing to get Joe Hill and Mike Flanagan on stage talking about all things scary? And there's a panel discussion, women in horror, gender and genre. Kate Siegel, who's Mike's wife, who's the actress and the writer, Barbara Crampton, and a couple of the directors of 2 of our midnight movies who are women horror film directors are going to be on that panel. So we have an incredible collection of stuff that we're doing. And I hope everybody who's watching this, I know I talked a lot and very fast, but if you like horror, if you like action, martial arts, and bare breasts, please come to Escape from Tribeca with us. There'll be a couple of parties, lots of giveaways, trivia contests. It's really going to be a ball.
That is so stacked. And I love all the synergy with all, the Japan Society and this festival and these people over here. I mean, it's amazing. Wow. What an effort you did with this.
Yeah. We've really been so much fun. I'm working with a guy named Matt Barone, who he's one of the directors of the Brooklyn Horror Fest, and he's been helping me program this. He's been invaluable. So we're going to have posters, we hope, all around New York, and hopefully there'll be merch for people if they are interested in Escape from Tribeca.
Are you dealing at all with the guys that wrote These Fists Break Bricks?
Yes. These Fists Break Bricks is Grady Hendrix and
Chris Poggiali.
We were desperate to have them come out and run the panel on the Bruceploitation movies. Unfortunately, they're not available. But literally, before I got on the phone with you, they said that they're going to send over some signed editions as giveaways for some lucky audience members. That's the kind of stuff that we're going to be giving away. I mean, if you haven't read that book or picked it up, it is fantastic book on the Kung Fu movie explosion of the early 70s called These Fists Break Bricks. And of course, Grady Hendrix is a really funny, really smart horror author as well and performer. So check that out if you can. And yeah, we're going to be giving away some of those.
That's amazing. So when are all these films playing? When is this happening?
The festival is from June 7th to June 18th of this year in Tribeca. Tickets are going to go on sale. Well, they'll be on sale at this when this goes live. You'll be able to go to tribecafest.com or tribeca.com and find them. We are Escape from Tribeca. Tickets are going to go fast, so please check it out. And there may be some tickets available sort of on the day of, but don't take my word for it. Really try to get tickets because there's some of these things are going to be pretty tightly packed. We're going to try to fill every house that we have. There should be 2 or 3 screenings of almost all these movies. Enter the Dragon, we have the 1 screening, but the other films will screen at least twice, maybe 3 times.
I wish I was in New York for this. That sounds so good.
I'm so glad. If you think so, then other people are going to think so. You're one of the tastemakers. Honestly, I mean, we've really worked hard, and it's been very interesting putting this sort of festival together. Some of it is my dreams of 50th anniversary of Enter the Dragon. Can we get Angela Mao? It's not worth doing if we can't. And we got her, and how do we make an incredible evening around her? What are the best horror movies available to us that will let us world premiere them? There were very few, honestly, that were going to hold out for October. When we tried to get The Last Voyage of the Demeter, we tried to get The Insidious Red Door, things like that. And, for whatever reason, they're just not available. So Suitable Flesh is incredibly exciting. Audiences who love Reanimator are going to have an absolute ball with this movie. So, learning how this sausage is made, how a festival's put together has been a really, really interesting experience for me and very rewarding, a lot of fun.
I hope you get to be there when Angela Mao meets Robert De Niro.
Well, I'm going to be there. Then I'll make sure there's a photo of me taken with them as well. That's going to happen. No, apparently she said that she saw The Godfather Part 2 when it came out, which was right around the time that Enter the Dragon came out, and she was a big star. She said she saw it 10 times in the movie theater in Hong Kong, that she worships this guy. And I'm hoping, believe me, I'll make sure he knows exactly who she is. And he actually is. I've had a chance to meet him a couple of times. He's lovely. His public persona, I mean, he can be very shy and, kind of like this, in person too. But the truth is he's incredibly bright, incredibly well-read, informed person, who just isn't that comfortable in crowds. He's not that comfortable okay, Robert De Niro, be Robert De Niro, whereas when you get him alone, he's very interested and very engaged. So that's actually been really, really cool. Find out, to learn.
Well, Jonathan, thank you so much and good luck with this. I wish you the best. I hope that you have a fantastic festival.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Everybody, come out if you can. Love to see you. Say hi, okay?